Trackmaster Reactions 2016 back again, and today we're going to be doing a review of something new. Look at that. Yeah, finally got one of these. Been wanting one of these for since they were announced. I think back in November. I think maybe early December. I don't know. At least we have one now. Now, again, this is the new Trackmaster Push Along series that coincides with the Adventures series. Now, if you don't know what it is, basically Adventures was the old Take and Play. Basically, Adventures was the new Take and Play, which they had two-way couplings like the old Take and Plays did back in, you know, the early Take Along years. But Mattel decided to switch us up to Trackmaster Push Along, which, you know, I'm going to save my judgment on this until I get it out of the box. I'm not a big fan of Trackmaster Push Along, but, you know, it is a good way to get new tracks, to get tracks and all that. So I'm going to save my judgment till the end of the video, since I've seen all this here. So let's take a look at the back of the box and see what it reads. Okay, it reads, Thomas is delivering the mail. Wow, that's amazing. Send him through the tunnel gate and to the post office. Drop the mail cargo through the post office and into Thomas's cargo car. Can be used with other Trackmaster engines. Okay. So this is the new Trackmaster Push Along, as it says right there. Push Along series. Yeah. Basically, what drew me to it is this track right here, the X right there. I'm kind of interested about that because I have a custom track piece over there on the other side of the layout. That is what drew me to it, that piece there. Now I do want to test to see if these are the newer curved tracks too. So, oh dear, sorry about that. Now, the whole gimmick, the whole Trackmaster Push Along, is that it can connect and run on Trackmaster Track. It can run and connect on Trackmaster Track. All you have to do is couple up the engines to the you know, regular Trackmaster 2 items, you know, Thomas, James, Percy and all them. But again, I'm scratching my head. In 2017 we had Super Station, which there was kind of like the early Trackmaster Push Along, where the trains could run on all tracks. They don't have to, you know, have different track systems. So why in 2017 did we have the Super Station when 2 years later, or a year later, we were going to get Trackmaster Push Along? Kind of a bad marketing decision on their part. So, yeah. So, let's quit chattering. Let's get into the box. I will get Thomas out in a few minutes. I want to make sure this is all in frame here. Sorry if this review is kind of going off the rails here. Okay. What in the world? So there's the crossing section. And now we're going to get Thomas out of his deal here. Oh dear. Not a good idea to be unboxing stuff when it's cold out. There we go. There's Thomas. There's his cargo car. And there's Thomas there. So, yeah, that's the box there. I'm going to have to take a better look at this here. Ooh, it's cold. Okay. So we have the boxes here. We have the bags and stuff. I'm going to get into the curves because I'm very, very interested in the curving tracks. So these must be the newer Trackmaster curves. And it does have the grooves in them and all that there. So yeah. Haven't seen a lot of YouTubers talk about the newer curves, which I will heavily talk about. If I can find some curves. Some of my own curves. And we're going to get into this here. So, here's the mail thing here. There's a little signal. and here is the tracks. So right off the bat, this piece is huge. Look how big it is. That is huge. Very big piece. I do like that. It does have the grooves in there, so you can run normal Trackmaster trains on there on these tracks. So it's really no other difference. I am going to see if it's the same size as a regular straight. If I can find one that's not frozen. Looks like it is. Okay, so there's another part that was worrying me. I'm going to take a look at these curves here. I don't know if they are the same size as just regular curve. Okay, no, there's an extra little bit added on to the end. So you guys can see here. There's an extra bit, and even this here is a little bit, I guess no, it's in between. So there's a little bit added on to the end. So you guys can see there's a newer curve. Wonder what that means. I know it takes 3 to make a half circle. Does it take 4? It takes 3 to make a half circle. Not liking that. Not liking that at all. So can I try to cheat this in any way to make a half gauge track? I think, maybe not. This is going to be very odd. Okay, let's try this out. Okay, so that there. I wish I had another straight. Let's just pretend this here is a straight. We have a straight coming off here. We have a straight coming off there. Will this? No, it's not. It will not be like my layout where it's basically a big rectangle. So I don't know what I'm going to have to do. I'm going to have to try to modify these curved tracks to fit. It looks like it will, but it very odd. Hang on a second. I'm going to have to investigate this further. Okay. So here we go. So we have, let's just pretend here, we have a straight here on this end here, the track. Then we have another straight into the track here. It bends in a little bit, as you guys can see. I'm holding this completely straight. As you can see, the curvature, it's supposed to be out like that. It's supposed to be level, but it's not. So you cannot mix and match these tracks to make a complete square or anything, unless you want to modify them with a Dremel tool or cut them up or something like that. And that is what was worrying me when I saw these newer curves. So these newer curves take 3 instead of 4 to make a half circle, and they cannot make a square anymore unless you want to modify them by yourself. So not very happy with this design. May have to modify a couple of these curves to work with my railway, with my layout and all that. So yeah, not happy with this design. At least we did a couple tests on some curves to see if it would work, if there was a way to cheat the system. There is no way to cheat the system unless you want to cut off an end of this curve here and glue it back in place. So yeah, not happy, very not happy, but you know, yeah. So yeah, not a big fan of the newer curves. At this one point, I do like this. It's the same size as a regular straight track. That's a good thing. This piece here, I actually do want to see if a piece of rolling stock will go across. Yes, it will. Goes across fine. So what I may have to do is I may replace the switch, the one over here, maybe, to fit this. Hopefully it's in the right angle, in the right setting. Maybe not. I'll have to see. I'll have to play with that a little bit. So let's take a look at the push along Thomas and the truck here and the buildings and all that. I know my camera battery is about dying, so I'm going to try to hurry this up. a little bit. So we have the Push Along Thomas and this wagon here that works on Trackmaster Track. You guys can see, works on Trackmaster Track as it's meant to be run on Trackmaster Track, so that's good. I do like that. That's kind of cool. It's a new thing. That's a, you know, not neat idea. It's a neat idea to make them run on Trackmaster Track. Mattel, make a Winston. That way we can have a Trackmaster running Winston. Maybe a Skiff as well. So there you go. Just pointing that out to you. Not a big fan of this cargo car. It looks very, very ugly. Very, very, very ugly indeed. So, sorry about that. So I guess what you're supposed to do, you're supposed to have your mail thing here. Then what you do is you pull up Thomas. His coupling hook is horrible. So you put your mail thing there, on the end there. So you pull up Thomas and stop. Hello, I'm Thomas. I'm going to deliver the mail instead of Percy today because he's sick and in the shed. You also have the signal gantry here, which you could set there and have Thomas go through it. I'm going to detail this a little bit too. So yeah, you have the signal gantry here. You have Thomas with the mail bags and all that. I do like the mail bags. And you have this little shed here, this little mail shed. It says about $10. Not really worth it. I'd say about maybe $5 or $6. Not 10, because it's not really worth it with the tracks and all that you get, and the Push Along Thomas and the little shed. Just looks utterly horrible. So yeah, so that's my new exposure to Trackmaster Push Along. Probably not going to be collecting the rest of the series. Maybe if they make troublesome trucks, and maybe, you know, sometime down the road if they make some good stuff, maybe. Not a big fan of the newer curves. Not a big fan of that. I don't like that. Put them back the way they were. There was nothing wrong with them, with the older curves. There was nothing wrong with the older curves, and I do like this piece here. If you want more pieces like this, I'd say buy a whole lot of these. If you just want this piece here, but overall, it's an okay set. It's an okay starter set in the Trackmaster. Plus, if you want to push along train, you can have one as well. So now Trackmaster is going from, it used to be Push Along and Motorized at in the same entity, but now it's going to be Motorized and Push Along in two separate deals. So it's not making up for the non-Push Along deal in the new trains. So sorry about that. So yeah, that's my 5 cents on this Trackmaster Push Along set. My first exposure to it. It's an okay deal. If you want to, you can buy it. I'm not a big fan of it unless you want to buy tracks. So that's probably what I'll buy it for, the buildings and tracks and maybe a couple of cars or something like that. So yeah, that is Trackmaster Push Along Thomas's mail delivery. Thank you guys for watching. Leave a like, leave a comment and subscribe if you haven't already. It really helps. Tell me down in the comment section what you guys think of this set. And thank you guys for watching.
The train arriving at platform 1 is the 15 service from Knapford to Vickerstown.
Hello, I'm Gordon. If you want to watch more videos, click on these links here. And also, don't forget to subscribe. Thanks for watching. Express coming through!